2025 is coming to an end, and there weren't many films that cracked the billion-dollar club. There are some films that do have potential to join that club, so let's go over what films could possibly make $1 billion in 2026. While you're watching this video, comment down below what films do you think could make $1 billion in 2026. I have 10 films that I think could make $1 billion and some that I'm sure eventually will make $1 billion. There could be some films that surprise us and make $1 billion, or some of these films on this list just will not even come close to cracking $1 billion. First up is Michael. I do think that this film will be very popular, but when you look at previous music biopics, they haven't done the best. When you look at Bohemian Rhapsody, that film made $910 million, which came very close to cracking $1 billion, but one came next was Elvis with $288 million. Michael Jackson is very popular still. His music is huge now. With his music alone will draw in an audience, and I think that this movie will have that word of mouth that will be able to get popular as the weekends go along. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not sure if it will crack $1 billion, but it does have that potential to get very close, if not crack it. Dune Part 3 is one I'm looking forward to, and the previous films haven't cracked $1 billion. Adding more cast members like Robert Pattinson may draw in some people, and then realizing that these movies are really good. My wife has never been to a movie by herself. She went and saw Dune Part 2. Like, she was that interested in seeing this movie. And I think with the realization that these movies are really good, will draw in some people, especially around the holidays. I'm gonna go off the box office for the second film because the first one came out during COVID. Second film made $714 million. Came a little bit close, but I think that it will have that potential to crack $1 billion if it does well over like its first weekend, and it's during the holidays, people are off. It has the potential to get there, if not come pretty close. Like, I'm really looking forward to Dune Part 3. With these films being so good, it will draw a lot of people in. But I'm very curious to see how it will do, or will it move to 2027? Jumanji, this one is very interesting to me because I've been looking forward to this film for some time. The first film made $962 million, and the second film made $801 million, so a little bit of a drop. But there is that anticipation. We haven't seen Kevin Hart and Dwayne Johnson do something together in a while. The movie's a lot of fun. It's coming out during the holidays. That's a really good time for this movie to be released. Like the previous films, it gives it off that kind of holiday vibe to it all. So maybe the anticipation of haven't seen one since 2019 will be able to draw some people back into this movie. If having some new cast members as well join could bring in some people. Maybe it will be the same as the previous two, or maybe it will crack $1 billion. I'm looking forward to it. It's one of my wife and I's favorite movies, the first two Jumanji films. So we're both looking forward to the next installment. I heard it was the last one, so that might there also bring in some people as they might realize that this is the last Jumanji movie. Let's go check it out. Spider-Man. This one, it's like a toss-up because the big draw for No Way Home was, will Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire appear in this film? And then you had villains from the previous Spider-Man installment. So that drew a lot of people into the movie. And that film made $1.9 billion. With this being a more street level film, I don't know if it will crack $1 billion, but the idea of having the Hulk and the Punisher into the film, that might draw in some fans of Spider-Man. Like myself, I'm looking forward to it. I will go see it opening weekend. I will buy a ticket, but I don't know if it will do as well as No Way Home just because of the whole mystery. Will Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield be in this film? That was like my big draw to this movie. Like the whole reason I was excited to see it. I wanted to see that whole scene, and it paid off. I'm not sure if it will have that same kind of anticipation. I'm looking forward to Spider-Man with a new director, a new direction. This might be a fresh new take on Spider-Man that will also draw some people in. It's come out during the summer, so that's also very helpful. But the No Way Home came out during the holidays in December, so that also drew a lot of people in that had Christmas break off and stuff. But I'm curious to see how well it does. Next up is Moana, the Disney live action film. This is a very popular franchise. The first Moana film made $643 million, and another live action film, Lion King, made $1.6 billion. But that was before COVID, before like we had a couple billion-dollar movies here and there. Having Dwayne Johnson return as Maui will also be a draw for this movie. Now, Disney live action movies are a bit of a hit and miss. Mostly a miss. They don't perform very well, but this is Moana. It's a very popular movie for young kids, and kids that saw Moana when it was released are a little bit older now, so they may want to check out this live action remake. Lilo and Stitch was a very popular animated movie, and that live action remake did make $1 billion. So maybe this film will. I think it has to all depend on the trailers and the first look and how faithful they are to that animated film. But also maybe it's too soon to do a live action remake. I don't know. I think maybe a few years would have been fine. But I'm excited to see how it translates to a live action movie. If Lilo and Stitch can make $1 billion, I do think that Moana could also make $1 billion. Odyssey, the newest Christopher Nolan film. This one I'm curious about because the whole reason Oppenheimer almost made $1 billion is because of Barbie. People were very interested in that double feature of Barbie and Oppenheimer, and people would go see Oppenheimer after Barbie, or Oppenheimer first and then Barbie. It was like this whole big social media thing that really drew people into both movies. And so I was really surprised that Oppenheimer almost made $1 billion. I don't think it would have made almost $1 billion if it wasn't for Barbie. But Odyssey, with that huge anticipation ticket sales, people were already buying tickets like a year in advance. That tells me right there that people are really looking forward to this movie and it's going to do well. It's also a very popular story. I remember reading it when I was in middle school, so I'm very interested in the story. Christopher Nolan is a very talented director. Like I said, I do think that Oppenheimer got very lucky with that in the box office. Like, it's a really good movie, but I was really surprised with how much money it made. Very curious about Odyssey, so I'm just going off of his last film, Oppenheimer, and curious to see if it will make $1 billion. Now, the next 4 movies I'm pretty sure will make $1 billion. Everything previously is a toss-up. These next 4 films I'm sure will make $1 billion. The first one is Mega Minions. Those Minion films and Despicable Me movies, they all make a lot of money. The first Minions movie made $1.1 billion, and Minions Rise of Gru made $940 million. So those are money makers. The idea of taking the Minions and then also turning them into those superhero versions of them will also draw in a lot of people, especially young boys. The mega aspect of it could bring some high energy sequences to it all. I enjoy watching movies with my kids. We always go see the Minions movies, any like Illumination, Pixar movies, DreamWorks. We'll just go see them if they're in theaters. And so this one, I'm sure it will do well. I think the reason that Rise of Gru didn't crack $1 billion because it was like a Despicable Me prequel. And so maybe just a film solely focused on Minions will do pretty good. Toy Story 5. Pixar hasn't had like a big movie in a while, and so they're bringing back their money makers, their beloved franchises. Toy Story 5. Already people are anticipating this movie. The 4th Toy Story film made $1 billion, as well as the 3rd Toy Story film that made $1 billion back in 2010. There is anticipation for this movie. The last time we saw a Toy Story film was in 2019. It would have been 7 years since its release when the new one comes out. The franchise is beloved. There is that nostalgia aspect to it all, but also people haven't been too kind on previous Pixar movies, so maybe the idea that some films like Elio and Lightyear haven't done the best could still put a sour taste in their mouth when it comes to seeing a new Pixar film. But the idea of Woody and Buzz and Jesse and Bullseye, all of them once again, will bring people in and it will do good. I'm sure it will crack $1 billion. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if it didn't. Like if it made in the range of like $800 to $900 million. I'm sure that's like, I wouldn't be surprised if it did that. But I do think that it could crack easily $1 billion. Super Mario Galaxy movie. I'm really excited for this. Bringing in Yoshi now will draw in a lot of people. Also having Bowser Jr. in here. The first film made $1.3 billion, and so there is that anticipation for this movie already. It is a huge franchise for Nintendo. The Illumination films do pretty good. I'm fairly certain that this movie will make $1 billion. I don't know if it will make as much as the first film, or maybe it will make a little more. I don't know. I do think that this movie will make $1 billion. Having Yoshi in here and then drawing from Sunshine and Mario Odyssey and Galaxy as well. Fans of those games will be interested to see how things play out. And also bringing in Yoshi is very exciting to me. And then also easily make just very close to it or make a little more. It all depends on how some of the first screenings go for this movie. I'm looking forward to the Galaxy movie. I loved playing Galaxy when it was released on the Wii. I still play Mario to this day. Now, the one film I am certain will make $1 billion, maybe even $2 billion, is Doomsday. The first Avengers film made $1.5 million. The second one made $1.4 million. The third film made $2 million, and Endgame, it made $2.7 billion. Look at all those films. All of them made well over $1 billion. And there is so much hype for Doomsday after Fantastic Four and bringing back Robert Downey Jr. This movie will do well at the box office. Also bringing in Fox characters and so many cast members. This will be a very huge Avengers film. But some of the most recent movies haven't done the best, and people haven't really liked some of the Disney Plus shows, so there's that. But I think if people disregard everything prior and just looks at Doomsday and its potential with Robert Downey Jr. and all the variants and so many different characters in it, that will bring in so many people and it will make a lot of money. I am very excited for Doomsday. I just rewatched Fantastic Four, and so that hype is absolutely there. This is the film that I think will make $1 billion very easily and easily could crack $2 billion. So leave your comments down below. Which movies do you think will make $1 billion? What films do you think will come close? What films do you think will just surpass $1 billion very easily? And make sure to check out reviews for all of these movies in 2026 and stay tuned for more up and coming content coming your way. My name is Justin Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.